Imagine a world where there's no distractions, nothing pulling you from your work, your focus, your productive drive to get things done. Imagine how much more you'd do, you'd complete, you'd progress, you'd succeed in if this world was yours. And by the end of this video, when I break down how to finally beat distractions once and for all and be maximally focused, this new world will be your reality. Let's get into it. Hello, I'm Dylan, I'm 18 and I work with high potential professionals entrepreneurs who are struggling with procrastination and finally ready to beat it. I don't work with lazy people, I work with people with massive ambition, big aspirations, big goals they want to succeed in, but a lack of a productivity system behind them to pick them up on those days where they need it most. I personally was in that exact same position. I spent over 5,000 hours or 210 days straight wasted on Call of Duty and other such video games. I was the person to procrastinate. I was the person to have aspirations but no productive system to get the work done. But now, I effortlessly and easily breeze through large banks for my work, for my business, for my education and for my personal development goals, and I help others do the same every single day of my life. On this YouTube channel with my business where I help and teach people productivity tactics, tools and strategies to do the work they say they're going to do and then therefore make the progress to the things they want to succeed in. In this video, we're going to be covering how to beat distractions. How to train your brain into never falling to these diversions again. And to start, the main concept of this video is the reticular activating system. This is a small part of the brain that has a massive function when it comes to focus. If you've ever had those times where you're so dialed in on what you need to do, a specific piece of work, a specific business plan, a specific book you want to read, everything fades away. It almost feels like the flow state and you're focused on that one thing. That's the reticular activating system, locating the main thing we're focused on inside our brains, and then therefore activating the filtration system, the distraction system, to clear everything else away. See, if I told you to do a very specific task for a business, say for example, I told you to finish the financials for the business plan on my desk. But on my desk there's paper, books, a messy cans, etc. There's not, by the way, but if there was, your brain is now so clear on what it needs to do and it has the order that now when it looks at the desk it doesn't notice necessarily as much the mess, the clutter and the things distracting you, and it only finds the thing you need to do and makes you maximally focused to do it. Just before we continue on with the video, I have a unique high leverage opportunity just for people like you. I want to work with people who have high ambition but no productivity system to back them. I won't bog you down with the details, but I'm guaranteeing you 30 days of pure productivity linked in the top link in the description with my productivity performance plan. You get everything you need to turn productive. I'll work with you personally, daily, one-to-one. In terms of daily pricing, it's cheaper than the coffee you buy every single morning, so it's time for you to finally take action and invest in yourself with an actual return on your investment this time. I have limited spots this month, so act fast or you won't have this opportunity. The top link will take you there. Let's get into the rest of this video. So how can we get this result every single time? And to break it down, essentially we just need to be super clear on what we want to get done. It's the kind of old age saying, Aristotle said it best, to the man with no direction, no wind is favourable. If you don't know where you're going, you won't get there. A boat with no destination sinks. You need to be super clear on what you want to do in the work session. Your reticular activating system won't be activated enough to filter out the distractions. So how do we get super clear? And it's to stop being ambiguous. Rather than saying, I'm going to do business work, you're going to do specific task A, specific task B, specific task C to get the work done, right? So you need to focus on objectives, not goals. So a goal of a work session would be to finish all my business work, but the objectives to get to that goal are task A, task B, task C, task E, and be clear and hyper specific on what those tasks are. Rather than saying my objective of this work session is to finish the business plan, you say my objective in this work session is to complete section A, B, C of this business plan by this specific time. And this kind of takes us into the second part of this video, because I want to leave you with an extra tool of productivity to make sure you actually get it done. So when you're being clear on what you're going to do in the work session, add a deadline. And this is the tricky thing, because from school, from university, from businesses, from jobs, etc., you always have a deadline. There's always something to work towards. And then when you work for yourself, or you're doing your work on your own, and solo, with no third party setting a deadline, suddenly you fall into the trap of Parkinson's law. So Parkinson's law is the idea the time you allocate for a task is the time the task will take. If I tell you to do the work we said earlier in 1 single hour, you'll get it done in an hour. If I tell you to do the work in 30 minutes, you'll get it done in 30 minutes. If I tell you 15 minutes, it'll be a struggle, but you might just get it done because the deadline is applying enough pressure for you to get it done. So use Parkinson's law. I'm going to do this specific piece of work, task A, B, or C, or whatever, in this specific time period with this specific deadline. And then that's more than enough information for your reticular activating system to, number one, have pressure enough for you to get the work done because of the new deadline you set yourself. And number two, have enough clarity and detail on what we actually need to do for you to avoid distractions, have it activated maximally, and allow you to get through the work easily, effectively, and efficiently. But I hope you found this valuable. And again, if you're looking to work with me one-to-one, the top link in the description will take you there. I really appreciate you watching this video. Check out this one if you're interested. Thank you.